No, what about that show? Oh, so New House.
New House.
Yes.
I think that's how you say it. It's like Soho House, kind of.
Soho House. Yeah.
It's in Hollywood.
Yeah. Maybe it's the European version of Soho House.
Maybe.
There is a Soho House in Europe, but this could be.
I went to one when I was in Amsterdam.
Oh, shit.
I went to one when I was in London.
Whoa. How do you get into these spots?
I just know people.
So
I love the beauty of being like wealthy adjacent is I get to tag along. It's like knowing someone who has a boat.
That's true.
So I get a nice little snapshot of what that world is, even though I don't belong in it.
Yeah.
It's cool to visit.
I feel you. So for the listeners and the viewers that are at home,
sure,
who don't know what Soho House is,
yes,
enlighten us.
Soho House, it's kind of like this, what is it? Like a bar, restaurant, nightclub kind of thing, or it's like a club. It's like a country club. It's like a city country club. It takes place in a building. You have to pay a membership fee. So it's like this exclusive club.
How do you become a member?
I think you have to apply, and then I forget what the cost is to be a member.
Don't you need like 3 referrals?
Probably, yeah. You need
2 to 3 referrals from existing members.
You need to write like a submission letter, and I think you have to be an artist of some sort.
Yeah,
like you can't just be a banker and be in there. They want this eclectic mix of like artists.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think one time I saw Jen Stamos there and Usher in the same night.
I think I told you my Michael Bay story, right?
I don't know. No.
I was at Soho House and I was coming down
the steps.
I was at the bottom of the steps to take the elevator down. For those who don't know, there's an elevator to get in and out. And right in front of the elevator, like right when the doors open, there's a huge flight of steps that go up.
Yeah.
So I'm at the base of it, and Michael Bay comes walking down. Piece of shit. But like my childhood hero, even like till this day, still like my film hero,
okay.
You know? I'm not like mentally prepared to meet Michael Bay, emotionally
this is
prepared
happening so fast
to meet Michael Bay.
Yeah.
So I get in the elevator and I see him and his like entourage, like maybe like friends, you know, they're all elderly. They're walking down as well. They're staring at me and I'm just like repeatedly hitting like door close, door close.
You don't want to be in an elevator with Michael Bay?
I'm not ready for that yet.
I need to. When's that going to happen again?
So I compose myself. I think, what am I going to say? What am I going to, because, you know, like in the past, it's like meeting any like idol of yours, you know, like at the, like before you meet them, you have like, you're like, oh, I'm going to talk to them about this. I'm going to ask, if I ever meet this guy, I will ask him about this and this and this. Now that it's like happening all of a sudden, you're like, I don't know, where do I begin? So I have time to compose myself. We're down there in the valet. And I'm like, okay. I approach him, Mr. Bay. I called him Mr. Bay.
Oh, I'm sure he loved that.
Yeah. I feel like I've told this story. I feel like I have.
I don't know. Whatever, I want to hear.
We have 71 episodes.
Yeah,
so, I was like, Mr. Bay, I just want to say I'm a huge, I didn't say fan, follower. I don't know what I said, but it was something along the lines of like, I study your work. I studied it all throughout film school. And, you know, you inspired me to pursue film. And, you know, here I am in Los Angeles and I'm, you know, working in the industry. And he was like, oh, that's good to hear, man. Congrats. He was like, I'm happy to hear, you know, shook my hand. And I was like, all right. But then I looked down. He's wearing jeans, which is fine.
Sure.
But he's wearing dress shoes with the jeans. Very early 90s, you know, fashion statement with white socks.
Ooh.
Black dress shoes.
White socks?
White socks.
Michael Jackson is the only guy who can get away with that.
Or Bruce Lee.
That's true.
Yeah.
Why are those the only two who can get away with the dress shoes or black shoes, white socks?
One could kill you.
That's true. And the other, you're just too enamored with the dancing to comment on it.
Yeah.
Like you want to roast him, but he's moonwalking and you get lost.
Yeah. And but anyways, my respect for him like dropped. I was like, you're like the richest director in the industry.
Money can't buy taste.
It can't. And then his like McLaren or Maserati or whatever pulled up, and I was like,
what if he got into like a transformer? It's like ready to go, Mr. Bay. He goes, yes. And he gets in.
Yeah.
Probably has enough money to do that.
He does. He's the highest paid, I think.
Director?
I think so, yeah.
Damn.